Paul's interest in Israel goes all the way back to his childhood. His dad, a Presbyterian pastor, had a strong relationship with the local Jewish temple, so much so that the rabbi invited Paul's mom and dad to go with a group of rabbis to Israel on a trip with them, and that made a great impression on Paul.
My life really is meant to be in service to others. That's how I guess I get my joy and my self-definition. The tipping point for my career change from police to preacher, from badge to Bible, gun to gospel, was a meeting I had with my father in a hotel room in Chicago. He asked me, "What would you do if you could do anything at all and money was no object?" And I replied, "I'd go to seminary."
When Paul came, Paul made a concerted effort to reach out, first with Rabbi Raskin and then with Rabbi Feder.
Rabbi Jerry Raskin really was a mentor to me in ministry when I got here. The relationship really took hold when the news one morning had an accounting of a gunman in Los Angeles who had intentionally shot children at a Jewish preschool. I went to the florist and got flowers and came up and gave those to the receptionist at PTS and just told her I wanted the rabbi and the people here to know that our hearts were with them and that we stand with them and that there are Christians who will stand with Jews no matter what.
Every time that there was a major incident anywhere in the world that involved Jewish people or a tragedy regarding Jewish people, he was there. And he was there to express his feelings and his connection.
Some of my most special moments as a rabbi have been looking up at Paul speaking from our bima and addressing our congregation and saying words of understanding and reconciliation, appreciation and uplift. And I'll never forget what it felt like to stand on his bima and to speak to his congregation on a Sunday morning and feel the warmth and the understanding and the appreciation between our communities.
Paul loves the association with Temple Shalom. He loves it.
Recently, there was a decision on the part of the Presbyterian denomination to boycott businesses that do their work in Israel.
I was at the General Assembly meeting in Detroit where the vote was taken in which the movement to divest from 3 U.S. companies doing business in Israel was passed.
As soon as he got back on a Friday night, he said, I went up the hill, went straight to the temple, and told them that not in our town and not in our church, that is not the position that we will take.
And what he said to us was that he had understood that this was hurtful to the Jewish community, and he disagreed with it, and it was wrong, and he apologized personally for his denomination, and he used words like, "It pains me that this issue is between us."
I'm not sure if I wept or not. I suspect I did. But I told them how sorry and ashamed I was and am of my denomination for having taken this position.
Paul's courageous actions are deeply appreciated by our community. Even more, knowing that we have a Paul Watermulder in our community to stand up and to defend some of our vital concerns is a source of enormous comfort.
Paul has been a friend of JCRC for many years, and there have been many ways that we've worked together.
We had the chance at our church to host a conference which the JCRC was putting together as for Christians and Jews both to understand better the political situation in the Middle East. I'm very pleased to be honored to be a part of this whole movement.
We live in a world where hate can bubble up easily, and rather than succumbing to it or just letting it be, Pastor Paul really rises up and speaks out against it. And he lets his voice be heard, and he knows his voice is powerful.
His favorite saying is Reverend Niemöhler's saying. He believes that's the most important saying that there is, and he lives like that. He speaks up, and so few people speak up.
He reaches out to everybody, and he loves everyone, and he doesn't differentiate and divide. He's aware of people's differences, but he appreciates the difference.
You remember when Isaiah pictured the kingdom and said that the wolf shall lie down with the lamb, the lion and the fatling together, and this is the kingdom that we're trying to build. And as God's people in Burlingame or in any community, we're called to be shoulder to shoulder, side by side.
Paul does not believe in excluding, but including. And he often, in his sermons, refers to a short little poem, but I think it so describes the way Paul thinks. And the poem goes, "He drew a circle that shut me out, heretic rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that drew him in." And that describes Paul.
I think that the chances for us to be the kind of people God means for us to be, with both Jewish and Christian labels, is rich when we have leaders who will pursue that vision.